too. That'd be cool. Thank you.
How are you?
I think the idea of your show is amazing.
You put in all the work when people aren't watching.
Hey, thank you. I'm honored. Thank you for being so cool.
And that's it. Have fun.
So let's get into it.
And let's get into it indeed. How are you, Mr. Husted?
Dean, I don't know how I'm still standing right now. It must be all the Celsiuses that I'm drinking. It's just been nonstop this past week. What's been going on with you, buddy?
Yeah. We started this past week. We had Ingrid on the show on Monday. As of Monday night and Tuesday, we were in Las Vegas, enjoying some beverages with Phil Wills and Colby Ashton at Fuel Bar and Flippy at Harrah's for
Joe
the
Messina,
bar
a bunch of guys. Sebastian Cow,
Yeah.
Harry
Yeah,
Rivera.
it was pretty great. It was like a homecoming. Whenever I go to Vegas, it's kind of like a homecoming because that's where all my boys are. All my peeps. And then we did we were at the bar and restaurant show. I was with Real Finest Call representing, and you were running some kind of competition. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, it was. It was the USBG, United States Bartenders Guild, IBA, International Bartenders Association, World Cocktail Championships Classic Qualifier. So what that means for everyone else out there that doesn't know what that means, it's basically it took 5 of the nation's best top mixologists that are USBG members, put them head-to-head on an online qualifier, took the top 5, and flew them all out to Vegas to compete live together head-to-head.
And where did they fly in from?
All over. I know some were from South Carolina, Texas. One of our guests, that you'll see later, came in from Miami, Florida. But it was a good event. We had the top 5 each get assigned a spirit, and then they had to use at least 1 real in their product with a limit of 7 ingredients, which they allowed homemade ingredients of any kind, as long as it wasn't a syrup. Good product placement there. Once those 5 went, then we got to showcase the Flair qualifier part of this, which we did back in October at Bartender Shakedown Mixology Matters, where Mariano Gill took first, so he gets to represent Team USA at IBA World Cocktail Championship next year in Portugal for Flair. He was also trying to qualify for Classic, this competition, which is really cool. And then Manny Picon, who finished in second, who's our guest tonight, got to finish in second. He's going to represent Team USA at the IBA Pan American Games in, I believe, Panama this year, later this year. So it was a great time. Mariano got to put on a Flair demo. Manny Picon got to put on a Flair demo. Mariano was also doing Classic, along with 4 other great competitors doing Classic. Right. And then it was anchored all by Mr. Cashborn and Manny Picon with Joe Messina behind the scenes.
On Cocktail Network Live, and you were emceeing the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, so myself and Marcy were co-emceeing it with Tony Abu Ghanem being one of the technical judges. It was a really fun event, and it was great to have a competition back in Vegas again, and being on that stage and looking to make it bigger and better next year.
Yeah, it was great. Joe Messina was producing with us there. He's producing tonight as well. More classic Flair guys. It was so great. It was so great getting together with all those people. And, the USBG does so many wonderful things for bartenders in the U.S., of course, the USBG and the IBA. So thank you very much to everyone there for putting that together and giving such great opportunities to the bartenders out there. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, and a lot of great local volunteers, and I can't say it enough, like all you guys stepping up. And Nick Hawk, previous Flair bartender, was one of the timekeepers and time judge. Harry Rivera stepped up last minute to help barback, and it's great seeing Flair bartenders barback a competition because we're so much more intense. They're out there running, doing stuff, and barbacking and doing this. So thank you to them, and the rest of the USBG volunteers did a great job.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a great time. And now here we are. We're ready to go again. I'm headed out.
From there, I literally flew in. We left Wednesday night after the dinner, the celebration dinner, sponsored by Real Ingredients. Bill Hinkebine was there, getting to meet everybody and see all the competitors, and then some great speeches and stuff. And literally right after the dinner that night, we had like a half-hour window because Joe and I were smart enough to check in our bags, go to the airport right after the event. So we didn't have to worry about anything. And we went to dinner, and then we have a half-hour window. What are we going to do? What else would you do? Go to Fremont Street and see the rest of the Flair bartenders. So we went to Circa Mega Bar. We got to see James Had Hazy, Christian Olden, and Drago DJ. I cannot say that name, but it'll come out great. And we got some great video clips of them, which you're going to see later on in the Patreon. That Joe shot some great footage of them having some Flair, doing some CNL love. And then literally we jumped on a plane that night, and then I got back the next morning. I want to say like 9:30, 10 a.m. in the morning. Landed, went straight to my storage unit, and went straight to an event we had, the West Palm Beach Boat Show, which was also sponsored by Finest Call Real, along with some other great sponsors. In 4 days of just amazing events. I knew I wasn't going to be there in time, so I hired Mr. Gene Manuel, previous competitor of us, to put on a great show for Flair that day, and he did great. And then on Saturday night, we had an awesome party that we hired Nadi Peralta to come in and put on a Flair show. So between her and I, just an amazing event, and that just ended last night, and I'm tired.
You're being stretched. That's awesome. If there's anybody following along on YouTube, please drop a question in the comments. Make a big Q at the beginning of the question of the comments, and maybe we can bring that question on screen for Rob or I to answer, or Manny when he gets on. So that'd be great. And don't forget to join us on the Patreon. Where we've got a little extra time with one more drink with Manny when we get there. But first, Robert Schusted, I'm getting kind of thirsty.
Oh, all right. Let me, I think I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm going to go first again this time, just to put the pressure on you.
The show that we call 1 Minute Mixology. There's 60 seconds on the clock. Rob has to make one drink in that 1 minute. If he doesn't finish, he has to finish drinking whatever he got done. 3, 2, 1, go.
And we are creating a cocktail that I like to call the Big Deal with 2 ounces of Yacht Life vodka. 8. Pour that right in our mixing glass with ice. We're going to use 4 drops of a saline solution, and that's just a 4-to-1 ratio of salt and water. And then from there, a ½ ounce, equal portions of Masters and Mixes simple syrup and your favorite pickle juice. I like Clausen. It's up to you. And then 1 dash of cucumber bitters with 1 dash of smoke bitters. Boom, done at the same time. And then we're going to stir that bad boy up. And then, Dean, when we stir, we smile.
You got it.
Right in our chilled coupe glass. 21 times to the right, 21 times to the left. Pour that goodness right in there. And then garnished with some fresh dill. And there we have, there.
Just under the wire with your garnish there. Well done, sir.
Hopefully you made it in. I'm not sure it got stuck to me there.
I love how you have a favorite pickle juice.
Those that don't know, I love pickles. I'm a huge pickle fiend. Anytime there's a new pickle at the grocery store, I try it. Like, I love spice, I love everything, but the Clausen just to me is like the classic pickle and the classic juice for this, and that's what I go to. But use your own favorite pickle juice.
You got it, and I will next time I make it. Actually, ironically, I made a pickle drink for a photo shoot today. So totally ironic. There is a pickle day somewhere on the calendar. So you go enjoy that day, Rob. All right, I'm going to make one of my favorites. I'm going to, I'm ready to roll.
All right, I'm going to count you down in 3, 2, 1.
All right, here we go. I almost forgot what my ice cubes were already. So, starting off with, boom, some Cristalino tequila. Here's the Caramino Cristalino tequila. A little bit of simple syrup, just ½ ounce of simple syrup, and some cranberry bitters from Fee Brothers Cranberry Bitters. We'll get that a little stir. Boom, boom. Well, I got plenty of time here. I already have a clear ice cube prepared over here. Just going to get some cold and some water off of that. And we'll drop her in. And strain it over top of my clear ice cube. I have struggled on a garnish for this cocktail, so therefore I'm not having one. The crystal caramel.
Yeah, buddy! I love it. I think I'm gonna go this. Yes, it's always the opposite of what I'm looking, so I'm starting to get that down. Cheers, buddy.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Hey!
Here's to you, sir. One drink with.
Oh, that first sip was so good.
I love this Cristalino tequila. For those that don't know, it is an añejo tequila. So it had all kinds of wood flavors and colors in it. And then it gets charcoal filtered and becomes clear again. And that's what makes Cristalino as beautiful as it is. So there it is. That's my story.
Dean, I'm going to challenge you sometime this season to recreate another cocktail using Gran Caramino tequila, Kevin Hart's tequila, because we got word that his people reached out to our people, being Joe Messina, and would love to sponsor an episode. So we might have to come up with another episode. Maybe Kevin Hart will go in that day.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. Cool, I look forward to that conversation. All right, we got somebody in the green room. You want to set this up?
I would love to. Our guest this week is a longtime dear friend of not just Dean and myself, but also just the bartending world in general. He's opened up his house. He's opened up his couch. If you ever need a place to crash, I'm sorry, I'm inviting everybody because he's invited all of us in the past. If you need a place to practice, he's got one of the Flair Co bars set up in his living room. An amazing guy, a big heart, and now someone we're going to get to know a little bit about, Mr. Manny Picon.
Nice.
And actually, Manny is going to be one of our first guests to start off the season. He wants to do a 1-minute mixology. So we're going to bring Manny on. We're going to reset the timer.
Nice.
Give him a little bit of love. And Manny, I'm going to count you. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh,
Hi, this is for you, Tim. So I'm gonna make a VIP piña colada. So it's gonna be like a pretty piña colada with a dash of bitters. So I prepare some coconut ice cubes. I'm gonna start with Coco Real. So Rob, you help me with the eye pour because I know you're really good eyeballing this.
Nice.
Boom, Coco Real.
20
and
seconds.
You see, that's 20 seconds. Oh shit!
What is he doing?
Oh shit! So I'm using my MEP pineapple juice equal part because this is a cold press pineapple juice.
4, 3.
Really? No way. Really? That fast?
Joe loves you, man.
Oh my.
Oh, Joe's good.
So cold press pineapple juice for my personal MEP.
2,
Pineapple.
1.
Yeah, there you
Vanilla
go.
bitters.
Well done. So, Manny Picon, first question is, what are you drinking?
I hope this is a piña. I'm making a little rush, but yeah. Real coconut, crema de coco, cold pressed pineapple juice. I make a big one because it's a big blender and low ABV with a little bit of vanilla bitters with this angostura, and I blend with vanilla extracts. I love in cocktails, aromas, and everything just to enhance the flavors.
That's
Salud.
awesome. Our first guest 1-minute mixology. Well played,
Salud.
sir. Well played.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. Oh, where is it? Which way do we go? There we go. We can't get it right. All right.
Go ahead. Salud. It's really good. For real.
So, Manny, give us, we've got some questions for you, but before we get to that, I'd like to get just a little bit of insight on how you got started in bartending and just a brief overview I know there'd be a decade or two to go over, but just a brief overview of how you got started in bartending and fell in love with it.
Yes, long story long, because a long story. My first shift bartending was in 2000, no, my bad, 1998. 1998, I was in college. But fun stuff, I started like how I call my nightlife lifestyle was when I was 15, 16. I used to work with this sound company. So we used to go to different bars, restaurants to set up the speakers, the monitors for live band, reggaeton
Cool.
artists, all that stuff.
So an
I
AV
used to
guy.
do that when
AV, like audio-visual guy.
exactly, but only sound. I was setting on the microphones, mic for the drums, everything. When I was during my summertime, Christmas vacation from school. And this company the name was House Party Light. And at the end of every night, the base was in Puerto Rico, Mayagüez, Southwest, which is my hometown.
Right.
And at the end of every shift or gig, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, we used to go to this bar called Grasshopper Cafe, which was in Mayagüez. And by the way, my real brother, the same mom, used to work there.
Right.
Okay, big hug to him. So from there, I fall in love. See how cool he was behind the bar, because my brother is like me, he's a little shy, a person of not too many words, but he developed himself behind the bar very nice, and
Right.
he was mastermind recipes, all that stuff. I remember him taking notes of the recipes, like basic margarita, Long Island, between the sheet, all that. And I remember seeing it, oh wow, what is this? What is triple sec? What is all that? And I fell in love. Before that, also, I got small memories of my dad being bartending.
Oh, really?
Was,
All right.
yeah, when I was
Really?
6, 7 years, my aunt used to own like a rooster fight. In English, sounds weird. Cock fights
Okay. Yeah.
in Puerto
No,
Rico,
yeah.
and they used to have to fight. And I have a little memories of my dad making drinks over there when I was waiting a Suzuki outside with my big brothers.
Oh,
We do a couple shift over there. He didn't took as a career profession, but he always used to host a lot of parties on Thursday,
Right.
Friday with his friends from company. And
Well,
from there, I really,
you've since made this into quite a profession yourself, right?
exactly, yeah. I don't know, 2000. Okay, my first shift, as I say, was around 1998. Was Hopper Cafe, the same bar that I used to see my brother
Right.
working.
Right.
When I went to college in Southwest Mayagüez in the house, I went there, and my best friend right now, one of my best friends, Javier, he offered me a job. He needs somebody who he can trust and at least can open the place, helping that. And from there, I started. He teach me everything, like okay, this is a station. You're supposed to have everything here, here, here. You can be walking around like a crazy to make a train. I did a lot of bloopers. I learned a lot from there. Years after, I moved to Red Barn Pub, was a very popular college bar in Puerto Rico, also in Mayagüez campus. So I learned a lot. I learned over there how to be fast bartender, because they used to do a lot of open bars. Wednesday and Friday was open bars. So everybody with the
And
same
then
cup, they come back.
you got into flair bartending soon after that, right?
Yeah, once I see Flair for first time before cocktail, everybody saw cocktail. I remember
Right.
pretty much 10, 11. But yes, in that place where I used to work, Red Baron Pub, after I took like a 1 or 2 seminar with show tenders,
Okay, great. Great.
they went there, here along with Joel Vasquez and all those guys. They brought show tenders to do a little demo to promote their courses. They're gonna do
Right.
a few months. They're gonna do like intensive courses. I started throwing everything. And one of my managers over there, owner from Red Baron Paul, he mentioned me about Joe Cavazza. Joe Cavazza is a Puerto Rican bartender, amazing superstar. He did the Legends one. He did Legends of Bartender once with his ponytail
All right.
spin around.
We're starting to give away some of our other questions now. So
Yes,
before we get into that, we've got a few of those great questions coming up in the rest of the show. But I did want to talk to you about, you were just on Cocktail Network Live and the USBG stage in Las Vegas. Tell us about your experience at that competition, and then we'll work our way backward.
super, no problema. I love the event. The stage was amazing. The setup, the screens, the LED, everything was amazing. Good co-workers. All the bartenders were helping each other while they were doing their garnishes, sharing ideas, all that. I love the competitions. Yeah, hopefully Yolanda have a good result over there in where's it gonna be in the World Championship. We have to work with her a little bit about the practice, but overall, I really love the competition. Mariano, Cristiano, all the competitors were super nice. I have the chance to talk with them a little bit because I was doing the broadcasting, so I want to have some background from them.
Did you get a chance to taste any of the cocktails and tell us a bit more about the competitors?
Unfortunately, no. I read the recipes, I read the names. No, I don't have the chance to taste the cocktails.
Not what you tasted, but tell us what you saw them preparing on stage.
Yeah.
All the ingredients that they use make a lot of sense. By the way, Yolanda's name, I love it. The first cocktail, the real peach. And she was using like a homemade olla, all the stuff. Mariano was using vegan foam for all the stuff. The agüita from Cristiano, right? Forget the name, something like that. Yeah, all the concept of the cocktail were really good. Was really good. I love the ideas of it. So yeah, hopefully next time I can do both, taste and smell and
Manny,
get the aroma.
help us educate our audience the difference of IBA cocktail competitions versus most of the cocktail competitions that are run in the United States.
What is the difference between the audience, you mean?
The difference in competing in an IBA cocktail competition,
Oh.
IBA cocktail competition versus most of the ones in the cocktail competitions in the United States.
Feel you. IBA, they have their protocol. Like you have to present everything, try to avoid cross from here to here. You know, if I'm gonna grab this beer, I should not, go over this. They have a lot of protocols, like a routine. As Tommy Abuganan says, like his ritual, his dancing, his ballet. It's beautiful. You have to be like a super obvious of what you're using and why are you using. Be super particular about not even one drop of liquid can go to the table over the linen. Other cocktail competition, they're looking in more for probably, I would say, like a more story behind the cocktail. Like talk about the brand, how you blend the brand, the story of the brand with your cocktail, your history, what it is. Pretty much is that. That's if we're talking about classic cocktail competition.
Classic, yeah. So
everything, you got your time, you got your 7 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, garnish with decoration, this much of rules. IBA worldwide, also you have to choose your glassware because they give you like a lace from Levy or some other brands. Sorry. The same with the mixers, sponsors, all that. United States right now, I would say, and also in Puerto Rico, now we do more like a brand competitions, brands. Remember like the Asho World Class, McCartney, Grand Prix, all that, Legacy, Bombay Sapphire, Inspired Barton, all that.
The biggest thing I see the difference for my opinion is for an IBA competition, my first experience of competing in them is the first thing is when you get there and you compete, before you even hit the stage, you're competing. There's a 15-minute garnish round. We have 15 minutes just to make your garnishes. And these garnishes are elaborate and sexy and beautiful and like blow your mind. I'm like, I don't even know what that drink tastes like, but I want to order it because I'm drawn in by that garnish. And then before you even pour your first bottle, you're judged on 1 minute inspiration, like you said, telling the story of your cocktail, why you're using these ingredients, right? And then when you're competing, it's all about proper presentation, showing that my tin is empty and I use all the things. It's a lot of like a dance, like you said. It's for the first time I competed, I was lost. I was blown away. And thanks to Julio Cabrera for walking me through my first IBA competition. I don't know. I wouldn't have known what I'm doing. But if those watching that want to know how to compete better in IBA cocktail competitions, we're going to put in the link in the show notes of an actual video on a training module of how to do it all for free. But now that you touched on cocktail competitions, let's talk about the difference of IBA flair competitions versus most flair competitions that maybe you and I are used to.
Of course. And before I jump to that topic, all those garnish rules and all that stuff start because, I don't know, my first IBA competition was in 2003 in Seville, Spain, on Flair. But before that, I learned from other Puerto Rican bartenders, people who compete. A lot of bartenders, they brought their garnish already made it. I don't know, for your pastry chef, all that stuff. That's why the IBA decided, taking the initiative from the Pan American IBA to do the garnishes in front. That way, it's more clear and everything. That's one topic. All right, a difference between Flair IBA and other competitions. If I don't mistake, is 50 or 60 to 40 cocktails versus Flair, which is very important. Also, the amount of liquid inside the bottle. I remember when I started over there was 1.5 ounces, which is a little heavier when you know.
They dropped it down slightly now, but it's not much.
Remember the liquid inside my eye, all that. I believe right now it's only 1 ounce, which is 1 ounce, which is not that bad. Plus, you got only 5 minutes usually to make 3 to 4 cocktails, beautiful garnish. They request or they looking for a nice theme of the competition.
Right.
They want you to go with a show, but a good show, not just like I'm gonna do Superman, and I just start with 10 seconds of the music, and then I remove my clothes, my costume.
Yeah.
They want you to stay in that show for at least do your working flair, at least do that and play with the music, hit some bounces with the music, and then you turn on to like a real bartender, cantinero.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's something that they're looking for. A lot of people do that in competition. Like they just had 2 seconds, 3 seconds. They just,
Yeah. I've seen that in a bunch of flair bartending competitions, or in general, where somebody comes out with a mask and they start with the music and their mask, and they try to get the crowd going, and then within 5 seconds of that, they just take their mask off and, oh, hey, it's me, Dean. I'm gonna do a flair round for you now, and it has nothing to do with. Yeah. So that's what you're talking about. They were taking their tape off.
There's so much more to showmanship than that. I agree, 100%. And maybe Dean Sunil should teach a seminar on how to have showmanship in a competition. I would love to see that, Dean, coming up soon. Please bless that knowledge like you did at the Flair Devils competition when you did the whole. Speaking of mask, the mask parodying, you pulled the broom out. And the whole show was just non-stopping flair, but you put on a show the whole time, like Manny was saying, choreographed the music. It's not just wear a mask, throw it off, and then move on.
Yeah, that was the peak of my Flair career back in 2004, 20 years ago today.
You did semifinals. You did the semifinals in King of the Ring, bro.
I did. I made it to the semifinals in King of the Ring. I think I came in 9th, so out of 10. So I was really pleased. I was very, very happy. I made the video and whatnot, and I had multiple shows planned. I had a glow in the dark waterfall where I had taken the glow in the dark cups and broken out the liquids apart. It's hard to explain here in a minute, but I had a glow in the dark waterfall, and like Rob was saying, I did the mask parody. Cuban Pete was the music, and I had a broom come out, and I handed the broom to the barback. So. It was
I
fun.
remember
It was a whole lot of fun, and I would love to
you was flipping like a freaking sponsored vodka of those days.
Yeah.
Man, like a Magnum bottle.
Yeah.
It's like
This is on the Flairco DVDs too. I had three-liter Sky vodka bottles. You could only get them in Canada, I think, but they were a good 2 feet tall.
But for King of the Ring, I thought was another Russian brand.
It may have been because I broke one of the bottles, and I ran around Vegas trying to find
I think it
another
was
big
very
bottle. Yeah, I ran around Vegas and found like I don't know, it was $150 bottle of vodka, so I could dump it out and use it in the round. I have no idea the brand or the quality of it, but just because I broke one of the bottles. Well, yeah, one of the famous bartenders was walking past me. I'll remember his name later. I'm old now, so.
Experience.
But Manny, you competed in Flair bartending competitions. You've judged them. Just a year ago, in June for the National Flair Bartenders Day, you were judging the Cocktail Art Challenge, and then showed up as a competitor. Or did I get that backwards? At the USPG and the Bartender Shakedown. Tell me what your influence is going from being a judge to a competitor, back and forth, and then what is it that that draws you to wherever place you want to be for that competition? Is it the rules? Is it
Honestly, before you guys give the prizes, the awards, you and Rob asked me and Raul, the bartender, to go to the
right?
stage and lose something. I get nervous, I get anxious, and I feel that blood, like, oh shit, on stage. So, and that was the lights up again, like, coño,
Right.
again, I don't want to be afraid to be on stage again, you know. I've been in Flair since 2001, but I always have my couple stops. For example, as I told you, when I took the show tenders,
Yeah.
7-minute classes, I learned from there, from my good friend Ivan Sauer, Johnny G, Hector Cook, a lot of people.
They were a
Well,
huge influence.
Yeah, it was not that much competition. I practiced like a 3 months, do a competition, whatever happened, the result, okay, then I stop until I hear about the next competition. And that was one of my first stops. Then in 2007, 2008, after I completed IBA, Greece, then in Puerto Rico, I took fourth place, thanks God, in the World Championship. I stopped again because I went back to college to study food and beverage management and hotel management. So
Oh,
that
great.
was like a 3-4 stops that I did over there. And then when I moved here to Miami 2013, I started competing with you, Rob, you know. You are the guy here in the United States.
That's
So
all there was at that time, right?
Say that again?
Rob's comps were pretty much all there was at that time. It had gone a little
yeah.
quiet for a bit.
He's the man.
I see
I can only say that thanks to our sponsors and our competitors just believing in it. Like we love this so much, this passion, that none of us wanted to let it die. And not only was it evident in 2014 when we kept going and then we brought on new sponsors that believed in it, but more importantly, during COVID 2020 and having the second Flair competition in the United States open back up straight after those guys in Orlando that did a great job. But seeing the support, like without you guys and without the sponsors, it wouldn't be happening. But Manny, correct me if I'm wrong. We're talking about competitions. And you kind of touched on this earlier, which I had no idea until we were in Vegas. But the last IBA World Cocktail Championship that was in the United States, maybe you can remember the year because I wasn't lucky enough to be there. You were there. Tell us your experience about it and how you came involved with that.
2004, I believe was, yes. I was talking with that with Tony Abugani or Abuganin. I don't know how to pronounce it. Everybody pronounces different. Yes, that was my second IBA Flair competition that I made in 2004. I believe the hotel that the convention was hosted, I believe they turned it down. Amazing. See all this guy with the red jacket, IBA. See, that was Danilo Rive's year. That was the first time that Danilo, I believe he competed IBA World Championship. I won the competition, followed with Christian Delpech amazing talent. Hassan, amazing talent from Europe in those days. Yeah, I was there. I went to Vegas. Probably that was my third or fourth time in Vegas. I went hanging out. I regret a little bit. I partied too much the first couple of days, and also that was the first. Yeah, I was in Vegas again. Yeah. So also I remember that was the first year too that FBA created the Blue Blazer competition.
Oh, I was in that. Yeah.
That was in Kahunaville. You were there for sure. And
Yeah,
Oscar Perez
I remember that.
Oscar Perez won that
That
one.
was pretty cool.
And that was a
Groundbreaking
competition.
time.
How did you do it, Manny? I can't remember.
In the IBA, now I suck.
No, in the Blue Blazers.
No, I didn't compete in that one. That was like probably like a last minute. I was trying to be more focused on the IBA competition. I did well, but yeah, the party before was not healthy a lot. So yeah, a good learning experience from there. But now the competition was good. Yeah, you can see in YouTube a lot of good talent. Still have my hoodie with all the names from all the countries. I believe by those days was only like 32, 33 countries competing on flare. But amazing talent. And Blue Blazer, wow, blow my mind too.
Blue Blazer was ahead of its time. It was the first time that building cocktails in a flare comp and entertaining was even thought of, let alone judged on. So great job to Ken Hall, Jim Allison. You guys are organizing that. And correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember who it was. It was either Tobin Ellis or I want to say, oh my God.
Mangiorente?
No, was it?
About what move you talking about?
The guy who won. Oh my God, it's gonna.
Oscar Perez. Oscar Perez.
Oscar Perez. Yes. Yes, like with everything, he was he brought it all together. It was amazing to see that. But perfect example. Let's talk about this now, which leads us right into our next question. Being part of the previous Flair generation to the new generation of Flair bartending, Manny, what do you see different now competing with everyone that was different from when you and I were the previous generation to the new generation of Flair bartenders?
Hard question. I don't know. I have not been competing outside of USA since 6-7 years. So I know over there in Europa, they're full flare bartenders competition. Here, I think we're doing more like a 50-50. Cocktail is important. Also over there, I see they do great cocktails, great sponsors too. But here, unfortunately, I don't see the young generation like me when I was 19, 20, 21. Like I was very hungry to learn. Where I stopped studying college physical education to dedicate full to the bar work and compete and training because that's what you need if you want to, make a career and live from there. A big difference, consistency in competition. Rob, again, I believe you are the greatest right now doing all the events. Lindsay helped us in December. I went over there to Vegas. Me, I'm always say I want to make a competition. Also
I'm holding
here.
you to it this year.
Say that again?
I'm holding you to it this year. You said you want to do one. You're going to do one. I'm going to judge. I'm going to compete. Whatever you need, I am there. But you are going to organize one, my friend. Just like Mariano Gill is going to organize one. Mike Hastings is working on it. Like all of us OGs are now passing it on to the other generation. It's great.
Right.
Yes,
Get the
man.
band back together. Manny, you're representing Team USA at the Pan American Games for Flair, correct?
That's right, man.
Tell us what this means for you because it's clearly a big part of your career, a high point perhaps of your career, and tell us what you're doing to prepare for that competition.
Super. First of all, I need to get a wheelchair to get there. I'm the old school, like a senior citizen over there. My last IBA event or competition. I believe it was 2014, 2015, Mendoza, Pan American Games too. I don't want to sound cocky. I got the honor to win the Pan American in 2009 in Ecuador. So for this one, in Ecuador, yes. So for this one, I know I'm realistic. I know these guys from Peru, Argentina, everybody are amazing skill, great flair, good show. So my forte, I'm gonna bring a lot of props over there.
Oh, interesting.
So like you did, I learned a lot from you. So yeah. For example, I was talking about this. I was about to bring this to Vegas, but I just received it the day before. So you know,
Right.
I are four cocktails that you have to pour. But imagine you're gonna waste. You're gonna spend 20, 25 seconds pouring 4 drinks. So I'm planning to use this in that way. I can pour 4 drinks at the same time while I garnish it. I use something
Or
like
the
this.
disco ball. Hey, go
Sorry?
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I said you can
I
put
use
that inside a disco ball.
oh, and that's and
Oh,
something. Yeah.
That's a nod to the very long path. Carry on. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, don't worry, man. So yeah, that's my plan to pour, entertain. I made something like this with the shakers in 2007, where the shaker had like a three, pours, and it was nice. But this one is four, so I don't have the time to make that shaker, so I bought this online. Also, I want to use, the JB Bandy board on
Yeah.
Of course.
Failtolimbarproducts.com.
Hell yeah! So yeah, that's my plan to have a lot of props to be entertainment show.
Awesome.
This last week in Vegas was like a testing the water for my routine. I
Right.
feel a little slow in my movement sequence, so I have to remove two sequence, my strongest one, but the risky ones from the competition just to finish on time. I hate finish out of time. I believe on IBA that's very important. You got
Right.
have your best routine, but if you don't finish on time, garnish on time, and present your cocktail, that's very, very important. So I'm gonna play with the rules. Can't wait to see my sponsor. All that. I believe it's 4 cocktails, 5 minutes. So ready,
Manny,
happy.
I gotta
Ready
say
to
this.
start right.
With experience comes knowledge, and with knowledge comes confidence, and you are going to bring that to the stage and represent Team USA really well at the IBA Pan American Games. You know how to do this. You've done it. You already proved you can do this, and you know how to make cocktails and put on a show. So as long as you practice, which I've seen the videos you're practicing, you're going to represent us well. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
I got to ask you a question, though. I keep seeing this Magic City stuff on your bar. And I can
Oh, yeah.
say when I've been to Magic City in Atlanta, those of you that know, they're known for two things, chicken wings being one of them. But what is that?
All right, let me explain it. Let me clean my screen. So sorry. So sorry.
Who has he got
You,
planned?
there you go. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's my friend from here. Magic City. We got ready to shake. Okay, this is a company here in Miami. MEP is the big umbrella, which is a juice company, cold press juice company, and they deliver fresh juices for your bar, restaurant, from lime, lemon, pineapple, tangerine, bunch of juices. I can send you the link. All that great. I use it in my restaurant. I use it for my consulting. It's cold press juices. Plus, the beautiful thing about these juices are their HPP, high pressure procedure. So that means they kill the bacteria. So they don't pasteurize the juice. They don't add anything else. They just pasteurize it. Imagine like a submarine goes per there, very, very deep, and they kill all the bad bacteria and keep the good bacteria that keep the juice fresh. This is pineapple juice, for example. Under the same umbrella, they got my city garnishes. It's pretty much like a dehydrated garnishes for those restaurants that doesn't have the dehydrator or the operations kind of tight team. So in there, you can buy the dehydrated fruit from dehydrated orchids, pineapples, smoked pineapples, which I love it, grapefruit, lime, lemon, a bunch. I got the list here if you need. And also, they have this ready to shake. These guys, they partner with Bar Lab, the guys from Broken Shaker, Elad, Gabe, and the whole team,
Great
and they
guy.
create, yes, sir, and they create this cocktail. It's pretty much like a non-alcoholic cocktail. They got 10 flavors, different profiles. It's all organic agave infused with different spices, herbs, and blend with cold press juice, the same juice from MEP. And with this one, you can create a nice cocktail program, easy for you to execute, very consistency, a lot of consistency. So, for example, this one is pink pony. It's a gummy that. This is grapefruit, lime, organic agave infused with tangerine, guava, pink, peppercorn, and hibiscus flower. So the color is like the label. So this one pairing perfectly with vodka, gin. You can go with some tequila because peppercorn, the small peppercorn goes nice with tequila in a fancy glass. So you got all these. These beautiful pouches help you to keep the products under, always keep 40-degree Fahrenheit to keep it fresh because they're cold juices. And you can bottle it in your bottle, so you can pre-batch, do two-step batch, all that. I love this brand, and we're working a lot with them in different projects, consulting plus top secret. We're creating a new line of products also with them and expanding coming soon.
That sounds great. You've been all over doing flair, doing mixology, and now are you promoting or working directly with that company, or just helping to give them a face?
No, we've been doing some cocktail programs in different hotels and bars for them. They get their clients. Some I used to use them in Spanish umbrellas in the restaurant I used to own because I love the product. No labor, no stress, no drama. That's their slogan.
Right.
So
And Manny, tell me more about your business and what you're doing outside of just being behind the bar or the competitions.
Yes, right now currently I'm my partner Hector Acevedo, my business partner, one of my best friends since 2001.
Old school flair bartender.
After what? Long stories together since 2001. We grew up
Right.
in this business. We have a cocktail cartel hospitality. It's like a consulting company, beverage consulting company, and we do events. So we can have some event with different rum brands, cocktail brands, tequila brands. Also, we create menus for different cruise ships, bars,
Oh.
restaurants, or specialty events. And with this company also, they get the contacts and hey, I need some stuff. So we do the cocktail program with them also. This product is really good because you can add a modifier like a cordial, liquor, or some bitters, play with the ice, play with the vessel. And with the same product, you can create easy 3 to 4 cocktails. But yeah, right now it's more consulting, a lot of time off, thanks God. And happy.
And the bartending competitions and the USPG, all of that works into getting your name spread around. And do you get a lot of work out of the different events that you do and being present online?
Hell yeah, that's like, my card under the sleeve. So I go there. Yeah, I wanted to see a video or something of you, and they're going to hire us, we can second in USA, So yeah,
Right.
it helps a lot. Plus, we promote. We got new fresh material, fresh content to all of us to share regarding what's happening in USA.
Dean, you brought up a great point right there, and I think it just went under the radar. But let's draw some attention to that and bring that magnifying glass to that. What you said was elegant. I'm like, do you get much work from doing this and doing that? When you compete in bartending competitions, you have a huge audience right there, right? And they're cheering for you. I like this guy. I want this guy. I want him to bartend at my event. Oh, but wait, it's being broadcast on Cocktail Network Live worldwide. I want to fly this guy into Dubai and bartend while Beyonce's singing. Oh, wait, that was 2 weeks ago at Vache. But by the way, the opportunities when you compete at these bartending competitions are huge because not only are you competing to better your craft, to network, to learn, to enjoy, but you're building your brand. And to get these events, and I love seeing flair bartenders turn into their own brand and market themselves to an events company is huge because it's a great way to make money. It's not just I got to bartend or become a bar manager, or go into real estate. There's other options, and Dean, great job of pointing that out.
Or play golf. Just kidding. Just kidding. No, but yeah, I remember when you contact me, Rob, to tell me, hey, you wanna be an anchor or help us? Dale, I'm up to you. Whatever you need, I'm always here. So yeah, and I love the challenge, new things. So I start practicing, see different podcasts, see different competition. You have to be versatile in this world. You can't limit your skills to only where's your comfort zone. So that's what I love it. And whatever you guys need, I'm always here. And I say the same to everybody, man. If you need help to moving, whatever you need, I'm always open to learn new stuff. Now videos, computer, pictures, music. I'm doing
I
my
agree.
own.
And that's the best way is be versatile. Open yourself up to more avenues of revenue to give back to the community and give back to everybody else. But speaking of giving back, Dean, I'm down to my final sip here. I think it's time to move on to the final sip. Dean, I'm going to let you go first this time, if you don't mind.
All right. Manny might be down to his final sip, too. Have you chugged that frozen beverage yet?
Still there, still here.
Yeah.
Still delicious. I thought I'm gonna go over, but it's
Right.
perfect.
So
Yeah.
my final sip of the day or the show, watching Manny build his career is something that I think is inspiring to not only myself but hopefully other bartenders. He has focused a section of his career on learning flair and competing, another section of his career on learning cocktails, and now he's kind of brought them both together. And we talk about the new generation of bartenders, and I think it's a perfect opportunity for new bartenders to be able to grow both at the same time, practicing your flair and your magic and entertaining, as well as your cocktails and making sure your cocktails are perfect. And then, as Manny has pointed out, he's still competing. Get on stage as often as you can for any competition or event. Get out in front of the people. So that's my final sip.
Amen.
Good
Cheers.
job, buddy. Love it. All right, Joe Messina, I am ready for my final sip. My final sip of today's episode would be, we've all gained a lot out of this, and we put the time and effort in out of the hundreds and countless hours in the backyard, in the garage practicing, and you're lucky to see maybe 6 minutes on stage of it. There's more to this than just what we can do. What you can do is pass this on to the next generation. Take that knowledge, take that passion, and pass it on, and keep growing bartending. Keep growing it in the right direction, like Manny has, like Dean has, like I have, and now like Joe has, and many of you watching have. Don't let this die. Keep it growing and pass it on.
Pass it on. Pour it forward.
Super.
Manny,
My
what
turn.
is your final sip? What's your favorite portion of our conversation today?
Super. Yes, sir. As you say, yeah. From the beginning, start your basic cocktails. Very important. As a bartender, we're just talking about bartender. Yeah, I remember try to learn from the Mr. Boston at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Basic cocktail. I can't remember page 79, the cocktails that they have, everything, and and balance all that stuff. And yeah, for the bartender future generation, be kind. Don't take this so serious when you go to competition. Avoid the drama. Like, oh, this point, this judge, all that. Avoid that. Let's have a good time because that's the only way that we can grow up as a team. You don't want to have a sponsor that after the competition is here about people not happy because the result of that. So, take the result as it is. Mistake happens, stuff like that. But competition, regarding competition, just have fun, bring your best, and don't take it so serious the result. Don't think that because you won this competition, you are the best in the nation, the best in the world. It's just a competition. It's a round. Try to be a better person every day, healthy. Try to work out a little bit, be relaxed, and don't feel guilty or regret about anything else.
Awesome. Hey, don't forget. Thank you very much, Manny. That was fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm hoping that you will be able to stick around for our Patreon after the show. Can you stick around for one more drink with?
2 more drinks.
Yeah, you can
Let's
drink.
do that.
Yeah, over there you can drink as much as you want.
All right.
Yeah.
The
And honestly, like those that don't know, like I feel selfish in a way, like the kid with the shiny toy that doesn't share with anybody. The Patreon One More Drink With is literally my favorite segment every week when we do this because
Right.
that's when like the tide comes off and like we start talking real we go down conversations. Like we have a setup question that we start with and we just go from there. And the real talk, the real education, the real value is there. And like I said, if it's worth paying $5 a month, whatever it is, do it. You will not be disappointed. And I can't say how much I've learned just from being a part of it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm
Dean,
gonna be
let's
there.
go to next week's guest. Next week's guest.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Manny. We'll catch up to you on one more drink with. Thank you for being part of the show tonight.
So Monday, April 1st, it is not a joke. It is not April Fool's. We will have the man, the myth, the legend. We talked about him all day today, Mr. Tony Abu-Ghanem, on for One Drink With, talking about everything that he's doing and his value that he brings to the community, as well as the Patreon afterwards. What One More Drink With. Dean?
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting to have that legend on the show. That's something that I've really loved about this show over the number of years. We started this at COVID just as a lark, goofing around, and uh, the amount of true professionals in the industry that keep showing up and just want to join the conversation with us. So super excited to have Mr. Abu Ghanem joining us. So yeah, congratulations. We're looking forward to it. And yeah, I guess that wraps up. I don't have a drink in front of me, Rob, so we better move on to one more drink with.
I agree. And we'll see you guys next Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for One Drink with Cocktail Network Live.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you. Thanks, Manny.